Hi, everybody. It's Lindsay Dragon from the Misericordia Autism Center, and we are looking today at doing some social story tutorials so we can do them at home as parents, as well as do personalized stories and generic stories. So I'm going to show you first the social story I went over yesterday, which was I want to go swimming. All right, so let me get on here and share my screen. Let me find it here. Share screen. And we're sharing okay. So the first social story that I went over yesterday was I want to go swimming. So this is a Microsoft Publisher program. It is in the Microsoft Office group. Some computers do come with it already, but in the last several years, like 5 years, I've gotten 2 different laptops. I had to make sure that it was on there independently. So whether you're using PowerPoint or Microsoft Publisher, Microsoft Word, whatever works best for you, this is what works best for me. So this is what I'm using today, and everything I make is in this one. So the first page, again, I did a customized photo for his brother and him in the pool already. So, and I'm just going to go through this one quickly because it's already in another video. We check the weather, then we have to ask for permission, then we got to find our swimsuit, go to the bathroom, wait for sunscreen, grab a towel and toys. Okay, and then go and have fun. So what happens is sometimes you don't need to go this far in depth to make it apply to your child or your situation. So what I've done is we did a generic one as well. So this is somewhat easy, and when you're Googling images, so you'll go to Google, let me show you here. So you'll go to, let's do swimming, okay. Now you wanna go to images. Now here's, you get natural photos here, realistic photos. So what you wanna add is clip art. Okay, clip art will give you some cartoon, a little easier to understand visually for our younger kiddos with autism. So, but one thing that you could do here that would really be beneficial to your photos having better quality is go to Tools, Size, go to Large. This will just give you a higher resolution, and it will definitely help in the search process for something that you can use. So in the event that you come across something that has some, you know, disclaimers across it or the words like that, what you want to do is go to usage rights and label for reuse with modification. All right, everything in here has been, approved to use at your discretion. All right, so don't be afraid if you can't find photos that you're looking for, just go to that. And it's definitely a little more, I would say limited, but it will help, get you what you need. And the images are usually very clear, and you can get some nice transparent backgrounds on that. So that is searching for the images. So we'll go back to the publisher document. And so what I've done, I'm going to zoom in here. I use this for I want to go swimming. And for your fonts and everything, you can change it. You can do whatever you want as far as that goes, right? Anything that you have in here. You want to make it to where they can read it. Don't use any cursive or anything like that. Chiller is interesting. You don't really want to put that in there. That wouldn't, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, that would be all right. So then you can change your colors. Here you can make it yellow. Not the greatest. Orange, okay. But for swimming, I prefer blue. Okay, so for the next page, I'm going to zoom back out again, okay, for the whole page. So instead of using realistic photos like the personalized social story, we have check the weather, look outside, what do you see? None of that has changed. But for rain, we simply have a rain cloud and a sun for a sunny day. All right, again, much easier to understand for the younger students or kids looking at a social story. Ask mommy or daddy if you can go swimming. Perfect, representation there. And let's see, find swimsuit. All right, and then go to the bathroom to change. So I show a child in the bathroom not changed, and then ready with their swimsuits on. Wait for mommy to put sunscreen on you. You can change any of these words to daddy, grandma, Aunt Melissa, whatever you want. And then grab a towel and any toys. So it is easy to find these, and it would save you time from taking them yourself to make it more personalized. But it depends on what your child and your client or whatever your situation is, what is going to work best for them. Okay. So we did a social story on I want to go swimming, but that's just one of several issues that we could tackle with swimming in particular. So with I want to go swimming, there's the opposite. The pool is closed. You can't go swimming today. So whether it's your own pool, say you needed to treat it with chemicals or it has to get a liner replaced, and or it's the local community pool, which don't know if we're going to be able to use any of those this summer, but it is definitely something that we have an issue with here is whenever the pool is not ready and or you know bad weather is lightning and you can't go in, or mommy's in a meeting, you can't, daddy has to do some work, or somebody's not feeling well. I mean, the pool is closed, so this is a poor photo in the front for my liking, but my son likes to read and he would really be interested in this just because he can read the words. And I think the lock here is a very good visual representation of it's not going to work. I did use a sign. Let me see if I put it down in here somewhere. No. I initially had this over the front, right? And when you see those, you expect them to be red. Well, that was just a little jarring, and I thought it was a little more negative. Negative connotation would have been added to this, and I really didn't want to do that. So I opted for just the sign and not the huge anger looking, not available sign. Okay. So the swimming pool is closed. I use the same photo from the other generic one, but I just put the word closed across the front. When the pool is closed, I may feel angry or sad. So visual representation, very, very appropriate. So what we can do here is we can also type the words angry. Now you got to adjust it yourself here to the size that you want it to be. Okay. This little guy is angry. And then we're going to copy and paste it. Save yourself work anytime that you can by copying, pasting. That way I don't have to find the same font. I don't have to make a new text box or word art. So angry and sad. Now you're identifying those emotions if they couldn't identify them on their own. Okay, so the next page is, I know the swimming pool will be open again. So sometimes when I say to my son that we can't do it, it seems like it's the end of the world. And it's not. It will be open again. Maybe we have to go pick up your brother in 30 minutes and we can go swimming later, but that's not a concept that he understands right now. So this is something that he needs to know, is that it will be open again. And I can keep the same slide and say after, do a first we go get your brother and then we go to the swimming pool. So that might be helpful. But for a social story, this is good to work with at the moment. So I know the swimming pool will be open again, but right now there are other things I can do instead, such as we have outdoor activities. So you can label each one of these. You can play with the dog. You can ride one of your toys. You can play catch. You can swing. And you can do all sorts of other outdoor activities. You can customize that even with the clip art. Indoor activities. So you can play on your tablet, paint, sing, read a book. You can label each one or just leave it as they are and let them identify them on their own. All right, so let's go back to the whole page. So the next one is when I pick a new activity, mommy will give me a special treat or a snack. So these are my kids' favorite treats and snacks all together. So you can use whatever reinforcers that you want to put in there, and you can modify the way that this says special treat or snack, or you can say mommy will give me a break, or mommy will give me a toy that they recently lost. We have toy jail at our house, so but good decisions, you can get some rewards. So there's ice cream. He likes Kit Kats. He likes the Cool Ranch Doritos, and this is the best clip art I could find for chocolate chip cookies. That one was a little scary. Sometimes when you look at these things, it's like, what? Who in the world would think that that was right? So this is the generic version of the school, or the swimming pool is closed today, or closed in general. We don't want to say just today, because in the event that you can go pick up your brother and then come back and go swimming, that would then be incorrect. And most kids can be a little literal when they want something. You said this, I can hear it now. So we did experience something a little interesting yesterday. Towards the evening, we were outside. We were making burgers on the grill, and we have a wooden deck, and we had an accident where Jackson was walking without his shoes on, and he got a splinter in his foot. And it was not small. It was a really big splinter. So we were definitely, preparing ourselves for having to get the splinter out of his foot, because it was big and it had to come out. And that is not something that we've ever had to do with Jackson before. So what I wanted to do was do a general, because I don't know how I would do a personal, you know, social story with that in particular. I'm not going to take a picture of a splinter in his foot, but I could get a realistic photo. So we'll work on that too. So what I'm going to do is open up a new document. I'm going to close out a couple of these. I'm not going to save anything I did there. Actually, let's get rid of this one instead. Cancel. All right, so now we have one document up, all right? So again, instead of just recreating it, start with something that you already have. We are working on getting the templates and individual social stories up on our website. That does take some time at the moment. So please be patient with us. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to adjust this title, okay? So I'm going to make it, I got a splinter. This font has to go. That's a poor title at the moment. We'll work on that. But let's see. Let's go ahead and go to, yeah, Kandara. Like, okay, so I got a splinter. Okay, so now I'm going to change. I like to do colors that will be appropriate. So I'm going to go with brown for this one. So if you can't find the color of your choice, more fill colors, go to standard, go to brown. I got a splinter. So there's all sorts of little things here. I'm going to make this, there we go. So the outline and the fill color can be the same or different colors. So I got a splinter. All right, let's edit that. Dot, 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 enter. Now what? Question mark. And again, we can work on this. You can change it anytime you want. So we're going to make it generic. So instead of trying to take a picture, we're going to go on here and we're going to keep clip art in there because splinter clip art. Oh no. Yeah. So here you go. Wood, puncture wound. Got to be careful with what you put on here. So this looks like a good one to start with. So again, you have the copyright pieces on here. This is a good representation of some of them with their hands, but we need feet as well. So let's look up here at what is being offered. Wood, puncture wound. I don't really want to look at that, but let's take a peek at it. There we go. So sometimes clip art may not be the best thing if it's not giving you a good representation. Got to be careful again with what you bring up, especially in front of your kids. Let's do a thorn and see what happens. Okay. Interesting, right? You can get caught up in this and spend a ton of time on it. And most of us who have kids on the spectrum don't have that time available. So what you need to do is give yourself 2 or 3 searches and then kind of be done with it. And just try a new search, or let's look here, foot. See, we need a foot. All right, so let's see, is there anything? So when you click on this photo, even if that's not the photo you want, there may be other photos behind it, not in this situation, but always go down. Now, when you click on something on that search bar, it may not be a large photo like you've searched for. So just be mindful that you may not get the highest resolution. Let's see. Oh, that looks painful. Here we go. So in this instance, clip art may not be our best, go to, but we'll do both. All right. So let's look here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it, go back to my page, and I'm going to paste it. Okay. Now what you can do at this point is just take this little box and you're going to swap out this photo with the one that's already in your page. Hold on. I did something I didn't mean to do there. Okay. I don't know what I did, but fixed it. See, there we go. And then just delete that one. Okay. So I got a splinter. Now what? So in the front, that was a realistic photo. Oh, these look painful. Oh, it was a nightmare yesterday. So now we want to look at a clip art, a generic version. Again, it's not the best, but we may end up just using this at the moment, even with the little stuff on it. So copy it. And anytime you come across something that has a border or anything along those lines, you can just use your crop tool and you can take that out just to make it a little more clean. And there's something I like to do in these as well to make this background kind of go away. You can format, you go to recolor, and you set transparent, and you use this little wand on the background that you want to change. So now it's cleared. You can see behind it, and that might take out some of these, but not all of them. Okay. So this would be a realistic version versus a clip art version. Depending on which one you think would work best for your kid, definitely try it. So there we go. Got a splinter. Now what? So right here, I think the correct response for our kiddo would be, I need to ask mommy or daddy for help. But before I put that in, I think we should do some reassurance. I'm okay. Um, Mommy or daddy can help. There we go. I'm okay. Mommy or daddy is okay. So I don't know if you would understand. So let's do that. See difference, and you can change it anytime you want to. I am okay. And then we can do enter. Mommy or daddy can help. All right. Let's go find them. I am okay. Mommy or daddy can help. Let's go find them. So here you would put a picture of mommy and daddy. In this previous one, I wanted to do some version of swimming and outside. So now I want to do like a caregiver type thing. So let's see. Getting a splinter out. Let's see what comes up. Okay, we don't want to use this photo. That's going to incite a lot of anxiety and fear. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's not good. You don't want to use it. So you may want to show the tools that you're going to use. These are a little scary looking too. Don't want to use those. So, but we're looking for mommy and daddy right now, not, let's put in help. Getting a splinter out clip art. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a great one. Now, I'm not excited about all these things on here, but that is exactly what we're looking for, possibly. So copy, and you can, you like this photo, so you can put it in, but then keep it off to the side and see if you can find something else. In the interim, you can delete these things. All right, I'm okay. Mommy and daddy can help. Let's go find them. All right, let's see. Parent helping with splinter. Just as, let's see if it can get, yeah. Oh, see, this is a poor one. That's a bad one. That kid is in agony. That's not what we want. Let's see. That's a bruised knee. Let's go back. We want somebody smiling, not in pain. So you got to be careful. We probably won't find that in this situation. But that's a good picture for the realistic part of getting one out. So let's copy that one. Anytime you see something that you can use, go ahead and put it in here. When you have something on your clipboard here, if it is attached to a page, if it's on the page in any way, shape, or form, when you go to the next page, it'll be gone. So if it is, like, say, just outside the page, if you go down, it stays in the clipboard. So it's good to have your ideas out here so you don't forget about them, especially when you find exactly what you're looking for another slide. Okay, the feet are a good one. That's really good. Her nails look good too. I appreciate that. All right, let's paste it so we can decide on these two later. Again, use what you got as it's coming up. Oh, they have a foot one. Wow. I don't know yet. Don't know, but I'm going to keep it. Put it on here, see what you can, find. All right, let's see. What did we, parent helping with splinter. We're looking for a generic version. We found plenty of realistic ones. All right, doesn't look like it's going to be in this situation, so let's change that up. Parent helping with splinter clip art. Now we can say parent helping with a Band-Aid. See what that comes out as. Let's see. Helping put on a clip art. All right. This is nice and kind of generic, but not exactly what I'm looking for. And sometimes you're not going to find exactly what you're looking for. And then you can mix and match. You can do a mix of generic with clip art. If you can't find what you're looking for, there's always something. There's always an answer. So let's just, all these poor little faces. So we could also just use mom and dad clip art, not actually, no, not actually with the splinter part. So go to here, mom and dad clip art. All right, there we go. I prefer something a little, let's see. Oh, she doesn't look happy. You don't want something. That's funny. There's lots of choices here. See, but all of these have those copyright, pieces on it. So you can make it extremely generic with no faces. That would be interesting. But you could. All right, so all of these seem to have the pictures on them of the copyright. So let's go to usage rights, label for reuse. Now this does tend to limit, again, a lot of your stuff. So we want to, this is a great one. It shows caring, doesn't have any facial recognition. It could be a splinter, it could be anything. So let's copy that one. Okay. Oh, what happened is it's not for reuse. So in that case, you have to go back to the drawing board and you go right down and see if there's another one. No, there's different ways you could get that one, but in that respect, let's look for something else. What's odd? It's on this one. That happens. You're going to come across these things. Let's see. Try it again just to see. I can't. I really liked it. And I'm going to get disappointed again. Yep. All right. Just check. Had to check. All right. So let's see. Let's now go to this one. Let's see if this will probably be the same. It looks like it's from the same person. Oh, there we go. Don't know why that one was different. All right. So it's a little big. I am okay. Mommy or daddy can help. Let's go find them. Okay. Now we found mommy and daddy. We need tweezers to get a splinter out. Tweezers are not sharp. And did I enter after that? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. We need tweezers to get the splinter out. Tweezers are not sharp. Okay. So now I want to put in there just a picture of tweezers. We had the one yesterday was very big and very deep. We ended up having to get the nail clippers out too, which was not fun situation, but the tweezers just couldn't get it. And that's something as parents you just have to work on But when you don't have time, now it's never happened before. We didn't know we had to work on it. So tweezers, clip art. Okay, so these are more realistic. So you can do, I mean, now we want to go to not filtered by license because then you'll see some more, I think. Oh, didn't register clip art. There we go. That's why. So there's lots of clip art. Okay. So you can do the tweezers themselves. Image. Okay. Again, the better quality and resolution pictures are going to come from searching for those in particular. Okay. All right. So here's clip art. And then let's see, there might be some other ones. I liked the parent holding it here. Let's see what that looks like on a bigger screen. Don't love it. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to see if there's any below it here. That one looks good. Yeah, I like that one. Even though it has the copyright across the front. All right, so tweezers, clip art, adult holding tweezers, clip art versus realistic photos. Now you can take a picture of the ones that you have and whatever you feel like doing. All right. So this is a different type from the one we had, but that doesn't mean it can't be used. I think the whole idea is still relayed. So that's where it doesn't have to be exact. And it's just so much easier. So depending on if you're doing this on the fly, like real fast, you're not going to care if it's the exact same one. But if there's a little teeny tiny one that isn't pressing and you have time to get a social story out, it may help because it was difficult yesterday. So now I want a hand holding it just like the one before, but see, this is black. I don't really want to, let's see. No, don't like that one. So let's see, tweezers held in hand. I mean, who knows? There we go. You gotta there we go. That's definitely a, no, that's kind of creepy. Can't use that. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Not my favorite. Let me copy it quick and then keep looking just to see. There we go. That might be a little scary. There we go. It's exactly the one I want. Okay. Or you could take a picture of yourself holding them. That's not an issue. If you're already doing all the other photos, just throw that one in the mix, okay? All right, so we need tweezers to get a splinter out. Tweezers are not sharp, okay? All right, so now mommy and daddy will get get the splinter out by grabbing it with the tweezers. I don't know if this is something that we'll try, and if he understands it, great. If he doesn't, then we will need to readjust. You can select more than one at a time. So this is where this looks like a grandpa or teacher getting the splinters out. So depending on the situation. All right. Now here, the nails typically will signify mom, typically. And we want to show that there are multiple hands in the situation. All right. Now, let's see. Tweezers. Okay, so this is a great representation. It's not pretty, but it is a great representation. Is that the same one? Let's see. Oh, I can't take some of these pictures. But it is something that we face. Some people use needles. I'm not even introducing that at all whatsoever. So some of these pictures are pretty brutal. So we're just gonna leave that alone. Okay. Not worth it. Don't want to scare the life out of them here. Okay. So now when the splinter is out, your hand or foot or whatever, hand or foot will still be sore. No, will be all better. Positivity. Stick with the positivity. So we want to show a happy screen at the moment. Let's see. Happy kid flip art. I mean, as basic as you can get the search engine here, the best results are going to be coming up. So you can take an old picture of your own kid smiling for the realistic, version, and or you can just use any of these clip arts. All right. So copy. All right. Let's see. And let's find a realistic one. Just take out clip art. Happy kid. Yeah. See, this is great. Copy. So either one of these, and or you could take your own photo or use a photo that you have of your kid smiling. All right. So this is going good. Going good. All right. So happy kid. Same concept as before, where they've gone through something a little traumatic or they worked hard on, working with you to get the splinter out. So now you can have a special treat. Okay, I think that'll be enough. All right, so now let's take these out. Special treat. So again, clip art. We're going to go to ice cream clip art. I just used that one the other day. So that's why it's coming right up. So you can use any of these. Kit Kats are our best reinforcers. So this photo doesn't really do it though. So when you come across these, sometimes it's better just to use the ones that are more realistic because the other ones look a little crazy. So copy image. Okay. If you want to have on there other reinforcers, again, clip art or personalize it, your choice, and whatever's going to work best. So kid on tablet clip art. And it's really easy to find something. Of course, you don't want to use this photo. That would not be a good choice. And I try to make it look like, oh my gosh, we're having so much fun. Yeah, you can use any of those. Okay. There we go. That's a great one. All right, so now I am going to add another page to this so that we can help avoid splinters in the future, at least in our feet. All right. So I'm going to insert not just a blank page, I'm going to insert a duplicate page. That way I don't have to retype the text box or anything like that. I can just delete these photos. Here's something I want to if we wear our shoes outside, we won't get splinters in our feet. That is correct. That is a fact. Hopefully, I don't know how it wouldn't be. Okay, if we wear our shoes outside, we will not. There we go. Okay. Good. Change these things. We will not get splinters in our feet. If we wear our shoes outside, we will not get splinters in our feet. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now, sure we kid wearing shoes. Let's see what happens. Perfect. Great. Great things. We can look for other ones that don't have this stuff across it, but these photos are almost too good to pass up. But just to see, let's go to usage rights. And well, not really the best pictures. So that's when you just, depending on your time, if you want to check it out some more, go ahead. But these are perfect representations, and I'm not going to pass that up. So, oh, see, this is a great one for getting dressed. You can just use the whole thing here. Oh, it's not as bad. Let's use that one. Now you could also just do shoes. Our son is currently wearing Crocs when he's at home and it's time to go outside. Shoe clip art. See what comes up. Interesting. Super fun. Okay. His are black. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, here's something you can do. All right, this is the exact photo of what the Croc is. So you copy it, you put it in here. Oh, wonderful. It's transparent too. See, that's the best. The best. Okay, so I want to change that color though. I want it to look as much like his as possible. So then I made it gray, and now I'm making it darker. So now it looks black. Okay, now I could, let me see. It's already at black. So, all right. So there we go. Picture of his Crocs, picture of a kid putting them on, done. Okay. And I don't know how I would interpret, rubbing your hand across the wood to get a splinter. I think I would just have to wait till it happened and see what he was doing at the time. So we'll see what happens. But that is, in a nutshell, what to do with, not in a nutshell, that was a big nutshell. Using the publisher program, you could easily, it's basically the same. It's doing it in PowerPoint. Adding a slide is the same as adding a page here. Copy and paste would work out just fine. Same thing, duplicate slide for a duplicate page. And this is just showing you the process of putting something together that happened yesterday that we weren't prepared for, that I'm hopeful, we will read this to him when he does not have a splinter, so that when he does get the next splinter, because it will happen, he is a little bit more prepared. I'm not going to print this. I will let him see it on the computer, and then if he gets a splinter, I can easily print it and go over it before I try to get it out. Okay, so if you have any questions, definitely get back to us at autism@misericordia.edu, and we will be looking forward to helping anybody with any situations that you're coming across. So if you have any questions about this in particular, you can also email me at ldragon@misericordia.edu. Okay, have a wonderful day. We're going to stop share, and we're going to end the recording.